What's going on, guys? FallenRedZeo here, back with the Star Wars Black Series Empire Strikes Back 40th Anniversary Wave 2 set. So continuation of the first wave that we got earlier. So we got the 6-inch Black Series figures on the classic Kenner style cards, which is always really cool for the Empire Strikes Back up there, as you can see. But this one's starting up first here. We have Luke Skywalker in the Snowspeeder outfit, which is pretty cool. It has a nice Kenner logo there. And of course, they're again on the nice flat card backs and stuff. The figure's in the nice bubble and comes, of course, with accessories and everything. So just a very awesome packaging once again for these figures that they made specifically to remember the old classic Kenner toys and stuff. So just very cool. And then if we go around to the back as well, we have all the figures you're going to see here in the set. But just to read on the back here, it says commemorating the 40th anniversary of Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back with figures from Black Series featuring classic designs and packaging. So very cool overall again for this cool classic packaging. But unfortunately for us, we open them, so there's kind of pointless to have the nice packaging, but at least we did get them and get to see what they look like at this point stuff. So first off, we have the Luke Skywalker and the Snowspeeder pilot outfit. And then we can go back to Lando, which is a new modified Lando with, like, I think where they did the face scanning. And then we got the Imperial TIE fighter pilot, so just pilot in all black outfit. And again, we have their cards there, so you can see that classic Kenner card. And then the last two, we have the Rebel Hoth Trooper, which is very cool. He comes with different modifications you can do, so we'll have to take a look at that. And then we also got R2-D2 in from the Dagobah swamp, so he's all dirty and gross and everything, again on that classic Kenner card. So very cool set overall for this. I think I like Wave 2 more than Wave 1 just because there's more figures in this set that I like more. So I'm excited to check these figures out, and I hope you are as well. So let's go ahead and get into them. So we're starting off with Luke in the Snowspeeder outfit, and again, this looks really cool. I like the nice bright orange color, but of course looks exactly like his X-Wing outfit, just it's a little more padded and things going on to, you know, make it more like snow-wise. But other than that, still the orange jumpsuit, has the strap there around his chest with the device on, I assume, for like breathing and stuff, and the white padding that goes with that. He's got gray gloves on, gray boots that have some different materials, look more like they'd be like fur style boots. Bandolier there around his leg with probably some ammunition. The harness there wrapped around his legs with the gray straps. Belt on, he's got the lightsaber holder with some pockets and stuff going on there. Pockets there on the back as well. And then of course the helmet, which is his X-Wing helmet as well. Has nice yellow visor shield there, the Rebel logos and all sorts of designs going on there. So nice helmet there, which we can take the helmet off. It's made to be a little hard to get off, but you just have to kind of get it off of his chin mostly, and then can just pull it straight off. So there's a look at his face. It looks pretty good there, like Mark Hamill and stuff, so not too bad there. They use that same face scan from the Luke we saw in Wave 1. And he has the cap on there to probably keep his head warm and his hair in for the helmet and stuff. We'll just go and slide the helmet back on. So it's pretty easy to get the helmet on and off. I like how they made it that easy. But for his movements though, his head can twist there all the way around. Not really too many movements there, and nodding. He can't really look up or down too much because he has the collar there around his neck and then the helmet and stuff, so it kind of gets in the way. But to his shoulders though, we have a butterfly joint, which is cool, and the shoulders can come up 90 degrees and rotate around. Then he's got the single elbow joint there that only comes up 90 degrees, but it has the rotation as well. And then the wrist twists around and flex. This one's an up and down, and his other hand is a back and forth. Then we've got an ab crunch, so he's got the crunch there, forward, back, you know, not too much movement. But he also has some twisting there as well. He can't really twist too far to the right because of the cord there for his apparatus, so he just mostly to the left. And then his legs come up some not too far because of his coat gets in the way, and then out to the side there. Some thigh twist though, pretty good in there. And then he's got a single knee joint, so the joint comes there about 90 degrees, so not too much movement there, but it also has the twist side to side, which is cool. And then the foot flexes there and twists side to side. So again, pretty much your standard Star Wars Black Series movements, nothing too different going on there. He does have the butterfly joints at his shoulders, which isn't too normal, so that's a little bit different. And as far as weapons go, the only thing he comes with is the lightsaber, which of course is cool. He uses the lightsaber to cut into the AT-AT and stuff, so that's pretty cool. Of course, we can take the blade out and just attach the hilt there onto the little clip there at his waist so it can hang down there. But of course, we want the lightsaber put together and into his hand. So there we go. So Luke is now ready to take down all the AT-AT walkers with just his lightsaber. So that's a pretty cool looking figure overall. And of course, they are making the Snowspeeder that will fit with this size, which we have pre-ordered, but it hasn't arrived to us yet. So it'll be cool to put Luke in there with Dak in the Snowspeeder and everything. That will be pretty cool. So just another great Luke overall, and I love the whole orange jumpsuit and stuff for this. So pretty cool figure. And next up, we have the updated Lando, and again, this is just like the normal Lando, but of course I haven't done a review of that old one. Just a basic figure, nothing too drastic going on here. He has a nice cape on over the top. Of course, Lando in his cape's a little bit darker blue color with some gold interiors with all sorts of designs you can see there. But we'll go and take that off to get it out of the way. But then we've got Lando says lighter blue shirt on there with the black color there with like a no color neck. Big belt there around his waist that almost looks like a cummerbund, which is kind of funny. And then dark blue pants going into the black shoes there. Nice looking leather shoes. Does doesn't look too great overall for the Lando. He's just, you know, kind of a basic figure. But if we look at his face there, so there you can see the Billy D. Williams face. Again, I think it looks pretty good. It's not spot on yet. It's not exactly him, but it's at least better than that old figure was. So I don't think it's too bad. It has a nice little mustache, and of course his hair there all slicked back. And you can see his outfit a little bit more. And I forgot, there on his arm, he does have a little device. I don't remember if that's like a communicator type thing, like little buttons. Reminds me of like from Solo, where he's got the cards hidden up his sleeve. So I don't know if that could be like a Savik card or something hidden up his sleeve. Not 100% sure what's going on there. And then the belt with the design on there and the blue pants, which something's going on with our leg here on the right. It seems a little bit off. So to have it straightened up with the joints and stuff, you know, around the thigh twist there, the leg is really bent in really far, which looks kind of weird. So his knees like bent in some. So I don't really know what's going on there with that. It just looks a little bit weird. So I have a little bit of a messed up leg there. For movements though, he doesn't really have really good movements. His head can just twist around, but he should have some nodding, but it just won't move. So I don't know what's going on. He's got too much material around his neck or something. It just won't nod at all there. But his shoulders come up about 90 degrees there and can rotate around. He's got the single elbow joint as well up to 90 degrees and the rotation, wrist twist around and flex. Ab crunch that doesn't really crunch much at all. Like even back he doesn't crunch much, and he seems a little bit off, as you can see like the gap there when he's kind of like straightforward. So it seems this Lando just has some issues overall, and he's kind of puffed up there in the back as well, so just a little bit weird. Then his hips, his legs come out 90 degrees, has that thigh twist we already kind of looked at, double knee joint that comes up that far, and he can kick his own butt, so he's successful at that. And then not much movement with the foot because of the pants leg, so it can just really rock back and forth and has a little bit of twist side to side. So overall, not a great figure overall. He just has some issues and stuff, but once you put the cape on, it kind of hides some of all those issues. But he comes with some weapons, so he has a gun, so it's kind of like the basic rebel gun. This is gun we get with a lot of the rebels and stuff, so we're going to put that in his hand. So there we got it. And then he also comes with the Bespin communicator, so the little tiny communicator that he uses to warn about the stormtroopers and all sorts of fun stuff going on there. So we'll go ahead and slide that into his hand. So there we go, got Lando all ready to turn against the Empire. So very cool overall. Again, I like the updated face cam, but the actual figure itself needs some work, it seems still. And then we got the Imperial TIE fighter pilot, which looks really good in his all black outfit. Has a nice helmet there. Of course, it looks almost exactly like a stormtrooper helmet, just a little bit modified. And in all black has the Imperial logos there at the top of his head. Looks pretty good overall. I always love like pilots, just the way they look. And those have the tubes that feed down into his chest piece, so some sort of breathing apparatus stuff. So the tubes will look really nice there on him. And then his actual outfit, so again, he's in like a whole like jumpsuit type thing, all black. Has the Imperial logos there on each of his shoulders, so that's pretty cool. And on his left arm here, it goes down into as like a little apparatus thing, reminds me of just like Darth Vader. So it has some buttons and stuff there, and the black leather gloves. He does have a chest plate on here, so it's a nice like harder, shinier plastic stuff there. That has the apparatus on it. It goes around to the back and everything flat there, so that's cool. And a belt on with the silver buckle there and the holster. And the jumpsuit continues down all black into the black leather boots, so nice shiny boots there and stuff as well. Again, of course, just looks all black. So nothing too different going on, but it just looks really cool overall. So for his movements, his head can twist there, and that kind of happens when you twist. His tubes do come undone, so that's kind of unfortunate, but he does have just a little bit. I can look up some, look down about that far. So again, not a whole lot of range movements compared to other like troopers, but not too bad. But you just can plug his tubes right back in there. Then we go to his shoulders, so shoulders come up 90 degrees and rotate. Then he's got a single elbow joint there, the 90 degrees and the rotation. Wrist twist around and flex. Then he's got his ab crunch and twist, so again, not crunching too much, but mostly the twist. Legs come up 90 degrees, thigh twist. Double knee joint up about that far, and the foot flex and twist side to side. So all the same movements as usual. And then of course he comes with that same blaster as well, so we'll just put that in his holster because he's a TIE fighter pilot, so he's got to be flying a TIE fighter, not holding a gun. So he's ready to go flying around now. And next up we have what's probably the coolest figure out of this entire set, which is the Hoth Rebel Trooper. So he looks super cool already just in his rebel attire there for Hoth. So a lot of white colors, some creams, and like the lighter gray colors or whatever colors those are. They have kind of like a brown tint to them. Just very cool overall, very suited up in what look to be warm clothes, ready to go out in the cold of Hoth. Up at the top there, he's got the hat on, has the goggles with the green lens, which is pretty cool. A communicator on his head, a cloth wrapped around his head that they, you know, take and wrap around their face, and just the suit material there wrapped around his face, you know, so his face isn't exposed too much. And that goes down into a jacket, and again, he has like a jumpsuit on, has the coat on over the top, so a longer coat that comes down to what'd be like the skirting part. Has all sorts of stuff on there, so also whatever those are, the little badge there, and then the ranking logos there on the side with a pocket. And on his left wrist, he's got some more buttons and stuff. Then he's got a belt with a pocket on it there, you have holster on the side of his leg, and the pants continue down on like the whole quilted ruffled material there at like the knees. It's there on his arm there as well. That's always a fun thing from the Hoth stuff. And then the boots, same like Luke, so probably like a fur boot on the inside stuff. Keep their feet all warmed and it's all wrapped up. And then of course he has the backpack on the back there, so it just has all sorts of stuff going on there. Has some tubes, an antenna probably for communications, all sorts of little stuff. But it's pretty cool though because we can take this off, so we'll go and just pop it off there. And in the back here there's a little compartment that will open up, and as you can see it has a face inside. He killed somebody and took their face. No, it's a face you can use to switch out, so we'll go ahead and put this back on. Now unfortunately I don't like how this fully works with the backpack. It has the peg there that just goes into the hole. That works just fine, but it has these other little additional like clip things, even though they don't do anything. It's just, you know, soft piece that slide into there and has a little piece that can wrap around. But once you kind of do this once or twice, it doesn't really hold anymore, and so it's always kind of just gapped out and everything, so that's a little bit annoying. But anyways, now we have the additional face there, so we have that face there with no beard and stuff on, but or we can do the bearded option. So for this we'll go ahead and just take the goggles off, and then we can go ahead and you just lift on the hat bill there, you just push up on it and it'll take the hat completely off there, so it reveals the head, and you just pull out on the face and the face comes right out, and you just take the other face and put it back in, and then just take the hat and pop it right back on, and it helps hold that guy's face in there. So of course with these you can put the goggles back on just the way they were, so back up on the top of his head just like that, or you can actually take them down and put them onto his face. You may have to kind of get under this, you'll just have to get the strap there under this cloth and stuff, so you can get them there onto his face, and it holds on pretty good, looks pretty nice there. So you can do all these little modifications that add some variation to your troopers. So I know people can buy a whole bunch of these troopers and do all sorts of different modifications, so each trooper can do 4 different things with the face. So you can do this face just like this, you can put the goggles down, or you can then take this cloth also and put it on his face to cover up his face, so then you can just mix and match all sorts of stuff. So with this you'll just want to grab his head and pop his head off just like that, and then you'll just take the cloth and kind of stick it right there and pop the head right back on, just like that. So now he's got the cloth there up around his face, you know, keeping his face warm, and then you can put the goggles down and add that into it as well. So it's just really cool how you can get all the different looks and everything that go into this trooper and stuff, and that's what makes this super cool. And then you can store the extra face into the backpack and stuff, so it can store it. So it's just really cool that they did that sort of stuff to go with this trooper. But anyways, for his movements though, his head can twist there and nod, so he's got a pretty decent range of movement, especially since you can take his head off as the additional joint. So it has one up here in the head and then there right where I popped the head off, so you got some pretty good range of movements going in there. The shoulders do have a butterfly joint in there. It's not too drastic or anything, but it does have it, so that's cool, and they come up 90 degrees. Of course, rotate around there. Single elbow joint to 90 degrees there, and the rotation. Wrist twist around and flex. Ab crunch and twist there, kind of hidden up in there. And legs can't really move too much because of the cloth, but if we do this leg especially, it can come up there a little bit under 90 degrees out to the side there quite a bit. Has the thigh twist up in there. Double knee joint that comes up that far. He can kick his own butt, so pretty cool. And the foot flexes and twists side to side. So nothing real different going on there. We did get the butterfly joint, which is pretty cool. And it seems like his joint movements are a little bit better overall compared to the past figures. Now for weapons, he has that same rebel gun like Lando had, so we'll put that into the holster. And then pretty coolly, he comes with this rifle here. So pretty cool rifle. I always associate this look of this rifle with Hoth and stuff, so it's pretty cool he came with it. So we'll put that in. So there we got our rebel trooper ready to go into battle, and some stuff to change up and accessorize your rebel trooper, so that is really cool. And our last little figure is the R2-D2 from Dagobah. So he's all dirty and gross from being inside the swamp, and then inside the swamp creature probably as well. So it's pretty cool, fun R2. We've had R2 plenty of times before. They haven't changed anything on him, so nothing different from the past or anything. The only difference is that this one comes with his little attachment here, which, you know, others probably have as well. But the little telescope attachment, so he can, you know, use as like his radar or whatever, where he sticks up out of the water and can see and then go swimming along and stuff. So that's really about the only different thing I think that comes with this, besides it being all dirty. But of course we have R2 there, so just his normal face with his silver head and his white body and his 2 side rolling arms. And then of course he has his 3rd leg there that I have out extended and everything, but you can obviously get rid of. Just take and twist the head and it rolls that leg back up, so he can just stand there on his 2 legs. But I like having the 3rd leg out, so I always like just to extend it out. So as I mentioned though, he has his little compartment. So like on the front here, he has the compartment that you can open up. It's hard to get this stuff out sometimes, but he's got the little grab arm, you know, he uses that to fight with Yoda over the little lamp thing and stuff. So he's got that, and then in his other hand he has his arm there that can like shock and can go into the terminal. So that's kind of fun. He's got those little arms there, and then up on top of his head he has some little compartments, so like this one pops out. There's nothing inside or or nothing else that really plugs into him. He's got this compartment as well. So he's got 3 total that can pop out. So those 2, and then you can take the telescope part out and replace his additional piece he comes with there and just put it right back in and just pop that right in, so his head is now complete back to normal again. So that's pretty cool. But it's nice that they at least included one accessory there of the little like periscope thing popped up. So that's pretty cool. And then for movements, those head arms can move, you know, there, rotate all the way around and have little joints there at the bottom of it. And then his third leg here does have the additional joint there, so you can get it to set up and everything into that position there, get them all situated and everything. So that's pretty fun. And then you saw his head move there to get rid of the leg. So pretty good R2 figure overall. I like him being all dirty and stuff. It adds enough variation, and then the antenna there, so pretty fun and cool. There's a look at the back of him stuff. But overall, R2, you know, doesn't really do much. He's kind of just a basic figure and stuff. But I love R2-D2. He's one of my favorite characters, so it's nice to get another one that looks a little bit different at least. So that's gonna be it for this review of the Star Wars Black Series Empire Strikes Back 40th Anniversary Wave 2 set. So again, I really like these figures a lot. I really like the Luke. The Rebel Hoth Trooper is just amazing. Of course, I always like the TIE Fighter pilot, but I'm sure we already have a bunch of those. And then R2 is cool, although he's the same as all the others, just a little bit dirty. But the Lando, I like the face scan, but everything else on the figure I still don't like about it. So not a bad wave overall. And of course, they just recently announced Wave 3, so we've already got that ordered. So hopefully we'll be getting that at some point in time. This set wasn't supposed to come out, you know, supposedly for a while, but we found it at Walmart and picked it up instead of waiting for our pre-order to come in. So I'm excited for Wave 3. So let me know your opinions on this wave, or if you liked any particular figure, let me know in the comments down below. And of course, hit that subscribe button as well. But if you enjoyed this review, be sure to check out Wave 1 over here on the left and all our Star Wars figures on the right. Thank you all for watching this video. Remember to stay awesome out there, and I will see you next time.